Good evening and welcome to the Week in 30 Minutes. The English News team has prepared for you this evening the highlights of the main events that have recently taken place throughout Kuwait. Our dedicated team of correspondents were out on the streets of Kuwait covering a variety of reports on health, education, business, technology, culture, sports and arts, as well as other issues that are currently trending.
Today's episode hosts a variety of events that come from the social, diplomatic, cultural, and educational arenas. Today's program includes a report on a conference pertaining to women and their charitable endeavors. The conference was attended by His Highness Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. Today's program will also bring us up to date with countries celebrating their national days, namely the Japanese embassy, who marked its national holiday in a most cultural and colorful spectacle. We will also be viewing a number of other reports and hear from a number of people and organizations who were eager to share their events with the public. So let us begin.
From the Sahara Golf Club, this is Sarah Glub.
From the Radisson Blue, I'm Gemma Jabouri.
From Al-Sahel Club, this is Salim Kandiri.
From the Scientific Center, this is Heba Abdurrahman.
I'm Badriya Saleh, reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes.
Attended by His Highness the Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, our first report today comes from correspondent Heba Abdurrahman, entitled The Role of Women in Charitable Work. The International Islamic Charitable Organization, or IICO, launched a three-day conference with wide local, regional, and international participation.
The organization has invited scholars, speakers, and specialists concerned with women issues to deliver lectures and seminars as part of the activities of the conference. Let us watch the report.
His Highness the Emir Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah patronized and attended the inauguration ceremony of the International Conference on the Role of Women in Charitable Work. The event was also attended by His Highness the Crown Prince Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, National Assembly Speaker Marzouk Ali Al Ghanem, former Parliament Speaker Jasim Al Kharafi, senior Sheikhs His Highness Sheikh Nasser Al Mohammed Al Ahmed Al Sabah, His Highness Sheikh Jaber Al Mubarak Al Hamad Al Sabah, the Prime Minister, Sheikhs GCC Secretary General Abdul Latif Al Zayani, Deputy Minister of Amiri Diwan Affairs Ali Jarrah Al Sabah, and senior state officials. During the opening ceremony, His Highness was honored for the recent UN designation as a humanitarian leader.
Actually, the importance comes from that this international conference is held under the auspices of His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, which actually shows and enhance the support of His Highness to the woman role in society. And as everybody knows that His Highness the Emir got the recognition of the UN on being the humanitarian leader and Kuwait as a humanitarian center. This one of the initiatives of His Highness, which actually day by day proves to the international community how supportive their contribution into the international world on humanitarian basis, on taking care of women, children, men, and focusing on the role of women in charitable work. And actually emphasize the fact that Islam came to give the woman that right and that position, which is a very advanced and high level of responsibility and acknowledgement, which we are all proud of it.
I'm very, very delighted today. I'm very happy that, mashallah, we open today all together in the presence of His Highness the Emir himself, this meeting of the role of the lady in the charitable work. Alhamdulillah, Kuwaiti women and the Muslim women and the whole mankind woman is actually doing a very, very important role. She is the half of the world. So I hope, inshallah, it will be very successful, inshallah.
Such generous sponsorship by His Highness reflects his ardent advocacy of the women's status and their important role in building and developing the society. His Highness the Emir has adopted humanitarian issues while the world is gripped with seditions, catastrophes, conflicts, claiming lives every day. This conference is in line with the objectives of the International Islamic Charitable Organization, or IICO, supporting all segments of mankind, contributing to women, volunteering, and charitable efforts for sake of optimum productivity. A series of workshops at this level have been organized since March 2012, resulting in common understanding that hurdles obstructing the women role, including social and cultural taboos, non-Islamic traditions and customs. Organizing this significant international conference came in line with the directives of the Holy Quran that specialized women and their role in building societies and educating generations. From Regency Hotel, I am Heba Abdurrahman, reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes.
Our next report this evening comes from correspondent Ghanwa Jabouri, who attended the opening ceremony of a regional training course entitled Journalism, Media and the Challenges of Human Trafficking Reporting, organized by the International Organization for Migration, or IOM, and in cooperation with the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
The media is responsible for playing an instrumental role in raising awareness on human trafficking through researches and programs in order to demonstrate its dangers. The course took place at the Movenpick Hotel and Resort in El Beda area and lasted 2 days.
Human trafficking is among the most heinous of crimes, and it occurs in nearly every country of the world. There are different tools governments use to combat this crime, but the use of media has been one of the most effective.
It's part of the human rights efforts, and the Netherlands is one of the countries which really put human rights and the protection of human rights as one of its pillars of foreign policy. So as an embassy we would like to participate, but especially here in Kuwait, to cooperate with IOM in a country which has such a beautiful constitution. It's an excellent moment also to have a regional dimension in this part of human rights.
I think Canada is very much a strong supporter of, tackling this kind of problem. Human trafficking affects everyone. There are people around the world who are victim, and I think we tend to think it happens to people in other places, poor people. It doesn't affect us. It's not us. But the journalists and organizations like JHR are showing the world that it's everywhere, and we all are responsible for keeping an eye out. And of course the journalists have that platform to be able to get it out there and force change and do some really great things in the world.
In light of the important role the media play in helping authorities to combat human trafficking, IOM have committed to help train journalists in Kuwait to better identify human trafficking, who can as a result help the authorities in doing their job.
We're here today to talk about human trafficking, which, as you say, is an extremely humanitarian issue. It touches the core of us all. It's a human rights violation. It's against people living, working in the region and outside of the region. What we see with human trafficking is an extremely complex phenomenon, which really requires a collective effort to combat it correctly. And the media professionals, activists working with the media are critical to ensure that we actually keep awareness on this issue so that we can collectively combat this phenomenon.
We are gathering today to conduct one of the most important of the recommendation. For one of the most important recommendation we had for the first of its kind in the MENA region's Arab Symposium on the role of media in combating human trafficking, which was held last January in 2014 in the UN House in Kuwait. Because IOM in Kuwait would like always to have a strategy in their implementing in their projects, we follow up with our recommendations, and comes the idea of actually qualifying the journalists in media, social media, TV, newspaper, on how to detect the victims of trafficking and how to write the reports about that victim in a humanitarian base. You know, it's not like a story or it's a news to put it, and because sometimes you will see in the news there is some of the news shows the victims as a criminal, and this is what actually our gathering today to enhance and build the capacity of the media journalists on how to detect, write the report and help the authorities to support and provide all the needed support for the victims.
Some of the subjects that were tackled during the course included introduction to the definition and concept of human trafficking, proper usage of various media, print, audio, video and social human rights reporting, reporting on human interest stories, and the strategic role of the media in assisting international organizations.
Identifying and reporting on human trafficking by the media is crucial, as it can help the authorities to combat such crimes. From the moving pic Hotel Al Bida, I'm Gena Jaburi reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
From the Sahara Golf Club, this is Sarah Glubb.
From the Radisson Blue, I'm Gena Jaburi.
From Al Sahel Club, this is Salim Kandiri.
From the Scientific Center, this is Heba Abdurrahman.
I'm Badriya Saleh reporting for the week in 30 minutes.
In our next report, Kuwait's College of Health Sciences at the Public Authority for Applied Education and Training held an open public health day in collaboration with the Dasman Diabetes Institute.
The Health Awareness Day, organized by the Laboratories Department at the college, included various health lectures, screenings, and consultations. Here's more on the event in this report by correspondent Salim Al-Kandari.
Sponsored by the Dean of Health Sciences College, Professor Dr. Jassim Al-Ansari, a Health Open Day was held in partnership with Dasman Diabetes Institute.
We are so delighted today and to have an open day regarding the awareness of diabetes patient. As you know, our college is not focusing on teaching and training our students, also to give education to our community. And you know that diabetes is one of the most leading disease in our society. And all of us, we know that it has a lot of medical complications. Therefore, we have to have our prevention tools, and one of this tool is the education of our staff, students, teaching, communities.
We've been invited today by the Public Authority for Applied Education and Training to participate in an awareness day for their health sciences faculty to raise awareness among students and faculty regarding diabetes and its impact in Kuwait. As a lot of people are aware, Kuwait actually ranks 9th worldwide in terms of the prevalence of diabetes at about 23%, meaning almost 1 in 4 people in Kuwait has diabetes. So this is a very important event for Dasman to participate in.
And today I've organized an event called Health Awareness Day, where I have invited Dasman Diabetes Institute. They are coming here today giving us a couple of lectures about diabetes and about health awareness and well-being.
Due to the fact that diabetes cases are on the rise in Kuwait, various institutes and organizations are organizing health awareness campaigns. This was an open public health day presented by the College of Health Sciences in collaboration with the Dasman Diabetes Institute to enlighten the public, especially staff, students and doctors, about diabetes, since diabetes is increased actually in Kuwait with 30% worldwide. And there is a possibility of collaboration between the Dasman Diabetes Institute and the College of Health Sciences in scientific research. From the College of Health Sciences, Salim Kandiri reporting for the week in 30 minutes.
Under the patronage of the German ambassador to Kuwait, the German-speaking Ladies of Kuwait group, GLOC, organized its annual December Charity Bazaar to raise funds for local charity organizations and international humanitarian causes.
The organization has been hosting the event for over 30 years, collecting authentic German treats and handmade gifts for the event. All proceeds go back to charity. Correspondent Badri Al-Saleh brings us the story.
The German ambassador's garden was packed with people and seasonal decorations as a large crowd gathered long before the event even started. Lining the walkway were booths of homemade gifts and trinkets. In one corner, guests could purchase an authentic German breakfast, in the other, traditional Dutch sweets and a morning coffee. The whole space was bustling with laughter and cheer as everyone was gathered for the annual German-speaking Ladies of Kuwait, also known as GLOC's, Charity Bazaar.
What the ladies will collect during this event will also go to projects here in Kuwait. The help, however, for the Syrian refugees, which saw so much contribution also from Kuwait, starting with His Highness the Emir, remains a very important task. The suffering of the Syrian people unfortunately continued, and if this activity here today can contribute with a little help, that is already something which I consider very important, and I'm very grateful to the German Ladies of Kuwait in having organized this. It's a wonderful day.
And the tradition of the bazaar goes back many years. I think it's like more than 37 or 38 years that we have annual charity bazaar at Christmas time. And we choose every year really children or people in need who will need the revenues of this bazaar. So we had Beit Abdullah, we had charities in Kuwait, needy students, we had Operation Hope, we had food care, and last year and this year too we will give some to Syrian refugees.
The holiday season tends to see events like this one spring up, as the spirit of the season encourages people to give to those less fortunate. And as the cold winter weather sets in, many charity organizations come of dire need of an extra hand to help meet the demands of the harsh weather. Just last week alone, the UN announced a life-saving program providing food vouchers to more than 1.7 million Syrian refugees was suspended due to a lack of funds, warning that the move will have a devastating impact on the families who are already facing a dire situation as the harsh winter months approach.
We are very people that we very thankful to have what we have. So we need also to give something in return. And I think these times from the year when it's Christmas, when it's coming, you have the spirit of doing something good for people that really need. And this is the spirit, I think, of all the bazaar.
Each year, GLOC hosts their charity event to collect money for those less fortunate during these chilly holiday months, hoping that through the purchase of a scrumptious loaf of stolen bread or a delicate holiday wreath, that the community can come together to give where it is needed most. At the residence of the German ambassador, I'm Badri Al-Saleh, reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes.